Good evening, everybody. Welcome to my flight deck. Captain Sean speaking. I've got a lot of requests for folks asking for a tour of the flight deck, so I'd like to take you on board my single-seat compact trainer Boeing 737 NG aircraft. My setup is from SimON Solutions. They are based over in Warsaw, Poland. This aircraft itself is based on November 73299. This is a Boeing 737-800 aircraft. Serial number is 34005. This aircraft was delivered to United on November 29th of 2005. Continental, actually, and then obviously they merged with United. Anyway, just like to go over a few things on the flight deck, give you a little tour. If you have any questions, leave comments, see if we can answer it for you. Hopefully in the future do some Q&A sessions, some live flights, and just take you on board. Start with our overhead panel here. Full-size 1:1 scale forward overhead panel. Everything here works. The simulator itself is linked with ProSim. I'll give you a light test so you can see everything. Light up here. The main MIP. As you can see, everything does work. Again, we are running ProSim 737 for MSFS 2020. For those of you who don't know much about ProSim, it's an external program that runs outside of Flight Simulator that controls everything. You can assign your entire overhead, MIP, throttles, you name it, you can assign it. Go up on the overhead panel, you can see all the buttons here, switches, everything works. If you look out the forward part of the aircraft, just so you can see stuff that is working, turn on that external lights, taxi light, runway turn-off lights. Retracted landing lights, fixed landing lights, just so you can see that everything does work. When I ordered the simulator, I opted for the Cockpit 4U 737 MAX motorized throttle unit. The reason I opted for the MAX was I'm going to eventually upgrade my simulator to a single-seat 737 MAX, hopefully sometime later this year. As we sit down here in the flight deck, take a look at the FMC. I had a preloaded or pre-generated flight that I did in SimBrief. I'm going to call it up real quick. We're going to go from Newark to Orlando. United 1402. As we come over here to the main instrument panel, to have a look around, everything is crystal clear. Got our master caution, turn everything off, recall. We'll zoom on out, get rid of some of our waypoints here. ProSim is a very powerful program. I do highly recommend using it if you do have a home cockpit. Previously, before, I did have my simulator under P3D linked to the PMDG 737. As you can see, everything here works. Knobs, turn heading, altitude, vertical speed. We can disengage our command buttons, auto throttle arm. So you come back up and look at your overhead panel. Have our wet compass over here. Head back over to our iPad here. We're gonna unload our old flight we did, import a new one. And we're gonna select our Newark to Orlando. It's a great thing about this simulator with NavGraph, SimBrief, everything just links right on up. It's a beautiful program. Have a look down here. We do have our metal rudder pedals for the simulator. Our 737 captain joke. Do have a steering tiller. This here is part of a sidewall from a former United Airlines 737-800 series aircraft. Could eventually, hopefully I will later this year be ordering the 737 MAX single seat, and I'll be turning around and selling this. And welcome back to the flight deck. I'm going to give you a tour of the radio panel. Normally we would have the pedestal, but on the compact trainer, everything here is on the main instrument panel. But let's go ahead and tune in our ground, 121.8 for Newark ground. Switch that over to the active. We'll set up our tower 118.3. See, we have our auto brake. We can do rejected takeoff, picked off, auto brake 1, 2, 3, and then max auto brake. Once we choose the flaps, you'll see the flaps gauge move. Our test light here. Got our lights. Let's go ahead and hit our logo light. Wheel wells is still working. As you see here, I have two screens set up for my flight simulator out the forward part of the aircraft. Right and left window, got captain and co-pilot side. These are 45-inch TVs on each side, 4K TVs. If the doors are open in an emergency, slides will automatically When I started the simulator, when I first purchased it, we were running one TV in the middle, and we added the second. And when I have the lights off, you can give you a better idea what the flight deck looks like all lit up at night. Have a look. Right here is a United 737-800 captain seat. Everything's working. Eventually I will put J-rails down on here once I get the single seat max. Right now this is on dolly wheels, so it moves forward and back. Getting down at the version 3 gold cockpit for you 737 max throttle.
If necessary, an oxygen mask will drop from above your seat and healing compartments in the lavatory. After the strap appears, pull down on the strap to access your mask. Firmly pull the mask to extend the plastic tubing.
Should be just about done loading passengers. We'll do a quick pushback and engine startup, and that will end the tour of the 737 for tonight. Alright folks, we'll come back to the flight deck again. We're going to get ready for some pushback here in Newark. As you can see us positioned here. Got the AP and fire up here.
Pull the loose end to tighten. Inflate your vest with prior to exiting the aircraft by pulling down sharply on the red tab. You can also inflate the vest by blowing into the tube. This aircraft is also equipped with instant life vests, which will be distributed if necessary. Smoking of any kind, including e-cigarettes, is never allowed on the aircraft. FAA regulations prohibit tampering with, disabling, or destroying lavatory smoke detectors. U.S. law also requires passengers to comply with flight signs and crew member instructions.
Make sure you've switched all smartphones, tablets, and e-readers to airplane mode. Taxi, takeoff, and landing. Large electronic devices must be turned off and stowed. For international destinations, your flight attendants will advise you if it's necessary to turn off and stow your device.
We'll be taking off soon. There should be a safety card located near your seat.
As we begin our pushback.
Headrest and footrest. Make sure your seat back is upright and your seatbelt is securely fastened. Please place your personal item under the seat in front of you. At United, we're connecting people. Uniting the world and doing it safely. From all of us. Thank you. Enjoy your flight.
And we're going to start turning engine number 1.
In the unlikely event oxygen is needed on this morning's flight, remove your face coverings before putting on your oxygen mask. If you are seated in an exit row, we encourage you to open the window shade for a taxi takeoff.
And
we ask
one.
that you unplug your devices from
And
the
there goes our fuel.
Thanks again for flying with us. I'll be back with more details about the flight once we're in the air. Flight attendants, complete final safety checks and please be seated.
And let's go ahead and start engine number 2.
Yep, that you can do a lot. There's even waste that can be turned into sustainable aviation fuel.
And your start valves are open.
Normal jet fuel that can help fly a plane with reduced life cycle emissions. Sounds like baloney to me. Together, we can help get more people passionate about trash and build towards a future where everyone flies with SAF. Oh, looks like garbage. I love it. Yeah.
getting some fuel. Busy evening here in Newark. What's great about SimBrief with NavGraph and MSFS, I believe P3D was the same way, but you can follow your aircraft. See our position here. Head back over to our main instrument panel.
Different type of traveler. We seek adventure and 2 times the miles on United purchases. We hunger for new flavors and 2 times the miles on dining and hotel stays.
Anti-ice can be on. Let's go over here. Auto brake. Let's go down on our flaps. I'm gonna go flaps 5 takeoff. See our gauge is moving, flaps in transit, landing gears down in 3 green. And we're set at flaps 5. Ground's gone. Let's go ahead to our taxi lights, turn off. Let's give our ramp rat thumbs up. Got a little precipitation out there. And we are set up and we're ready to taxi. Aircraft from the outside. Again, this is the ProSim 737-NG. And we're back to the cockpit view. Parking brake is off. And we'll do a slow taxi out. Moving off of 22 right this evening. And we're going to come up on taxiway Romeo Kilo to Uniform, and we'll taxi across, crossing over runway 11. does give a nice immersion by having the two monitors. So we're just going to taxi all the way down Whiskey, and we'll hold short of runway 22 right. In case you're not aware, we are on taxiway Whiskey, heading to runway 22 right. Other traffic is lining up on the air traffic control, lining up from Whiskey to 22 right. That's what we will be doing this evening for a quick departure, just to give you a glimpse of what it's like on the flight deck. Do have our checklist up here. And we're going to hold short here of 22 right.
United 10 Airways is on a 4-mile final of 22 left. United 10 Heavy Near Tower 11306 left, clear to landing cost picture 747 departing for level. Clear to land United 10 United 108 Heavy, clear to land on ATC left. Clear to land 22 left, United 108 Heavy. United 2267 contact near departure 12818, good night, United 2267. Heading full 02 Heavy 11406, connecting right with you, left takeoff. That's where we come, United with you, United 1987, exit November, and then a right on Papa, Echo 114, take your right. Alright, November, right on Papa for, say again, United 1987. United 1987, Papa, Echo, hold short right, take your right. Alright, Papa, Echo, hold short, take your right, United 1997. Solo 026 Heavy Near Tower, Cosworth service, make you right at Whiskey, line of Hawaii.
Got an aircraft just vacating the runway. Hold short here.
You're ready. Alright, let me know. 3435 on Golf Cross, connect to your right hand contact ground. Alright, clear across, you right, roll Golf, right here, 347. Okay, next 30, keep your left there, Charlie Cross, connect to your right contact ground. Alright, left on Charlie, cross to your right, and over the ground, United 1997.
Auto throttle. And here we go. Rotate. And gear is coming up. Climbing out of 1900. And we're gonna go ahead and go to flaps 2. Climbing out of 3,700 feet, 230 knots. Go to flaps 1. And we're going flaps up. Gear locked. Auto brakes off. That will conclude our tour of our flight deck this evening. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. I can answer your questions about the SimON Solutions Compact 730 Trainer Premium, ProSim. If you're interested in this product, send me a message. I can get you in contact with SimON Solutions. Have a good evening.